Hello people, I am MP1229 and I am bringing you some Kerbal Space Program. This might be a one-off episode and I might do a series on it, just depends. I'm doing the recording of my voice after I've done played the game because I played this maybe a week or two ago, so I'm gonna be so it might be a little bit late and all. But yes, we're gonna pretty much start us up a new save here. Pick our flag. Excuse me, having bit of a cough. Let's see. I do believe we got to playing. Yes, we do. And this is basically a career, so it's going to be kind of where you have to accept missions and all and contracts, and if you complete them, you get science and all. So basically, Kerbal Space Program is a game where your main goal is to basically go to space as a space program. As you can see, you have all the little things up here, and each one you click on will give you different options, like the big tall tower you just saw a moment ago was the space station with the planets. That room was just in was a science wing, I guess you could say, with research places. And this is the contract, I guess, exception place. You can accept them and it gives you rewards, and if you don't complete it, you get, I guess you could say, like disadvantages from it. So basically we're going to go ahead and build us a little plane just to get us up off the ground. We're going to get the starting big person holder module thingamajig. Then we're going to strap some fuel tanks to the bottom and an engine, basically the simplest aircraft you can possibly make. Go up here and see what else there is. Make sure to put a parachute on it, that way they won't get killed. Ain't no need putting a radio on it, considering the fact that we don't have any science we can do it except that crew report. So we're going to rename the ship to, I think we just renamed it to Ship 1, yeah. So we're basically going to get on out to the launch pad, and it takes it don't take too long to get there. It just takes a little bit because it has to load up all of it. So basically from here you use left shift to go up, and you use control to go down, and spacebar launches you. So we'll pretty much just wait and gonna power our way up. Turn on the SAS, which basically keeps you going in a straight line, and as you can see, I managed to completely mess it up. I do remember this, because on my left I did not correctly do my staging, and it was set to where as soon as my engine would come off, my parachute would deploy at the same time, which, as you can tell, would not make for a good plan. So, as you can see, it's pretty much, well, it's not really back to the drawing board, considering the fact of how, the ship would work. It's just I completely messed up on the staging. So we'll pretty much go back, fix it, and then it should run just fine. As you can see, we got a few little rewards from recovering some of the fuel and the, not having our dude die. So benefits, silver linings here. So we'll basically, I believe, yeah, we're gonna go back in, and here's the ship. So we're just gonna fix the staging. There we go. And I believe, yeah, we're gonna add 2 of the, I guess, medium-sized fuel, because I believe it maybe is a little bit more. Actually, we're gonna run 3 to it, so I will get a little bit more boost. And we unlocked a SAS, a couple of which allows you to basically, that will separate the fuel in the engine from the bit where my spaceman is sitting in. That way, instead of having to bring everything else down, I can just bring the capsule. That's the word I was trying to find between the capsule, the 2 research pods on the side, which is the cylinder looking things, and all that back down, and it'll make it easier to do, considering the fact that you don't have to bring down a complete parachute. The parachute doesn't have to have all the weight on it, which is a lot safer for the spaceman. So as you can see here, loading it up, as you can see on the left, the bottom left above the little like numbers and like dials and all, that's the staging. So as you can see, the engine will go off, then once I would hit space again, it would decouple, then after that the parachute would go off. So as you can see, we did a crew report. We're going to keep the data. And then we're going to, actually I believe we didn't do a crew report yet. Now we're going to do one. As you can see, it gives us none. So we're just going to reset the experiment, but pretty much the way it goes, there's like, I guess you could say biomes like you would have in Minecraft. And like, once you do one for the first time, you don't get as much. The second time, say you would research on it using the same equipment. So basically, you like, say I went to the North Pole here, then it would give me more science considering I hadn't been there yet. Whereas if I launched again and did the same stuff, it wouldn't give me as much. So basically, we're pretty much trying to get up out of the thickest part of the atmosphere. And as you can look at the top middle of your screen, that was below all the numbers once I get out of the map. As you can see, you have the different levels of atmosphere. The very light blue is the thickest part, which is where you're going to be the slowest. But once you get past it, you start to speed up, as you can see. Well, speed is that bit right above the globe. And then you have that dark black at the very end, which is like the less than you have at the very end, that one little section, that is basically outer space. So as you can see, we're turning here to be able to make a orbit. As you can see, that blue line is our projected impact, and basically what you want to do is make a complete circle around and try and make it as even to the equator, I guess you could say, as possible, because that would make it easier to get to places like the moon and all that. So as you can see here, we lost all of our fuel, so it's basically, we ain't gonna be able to get into an orbit here, so pretty much gonna just end up carrying on. So basically it's pretty much just adrift right now, because there really isn't much we can do. And as you can see, that blue dot that just popped up, you can use that to do maneuvers and all, which can make you go further and land closer, you know. I mean, if I had fuel, I could choose land in the ocean, or I could make an orbit, you know. But that's mainly what you would use if once you get out and into an orbit to get to planets and different places and also. So yeah, I'm probably going to cut to where we land, because this is pretty much just a straight shot down. So I will see you then. And we are back. We are in the process of entering back into the atmosphere. So we are going to go ahead and hit space. You can see our parachute is blue, which means that basically when we get into the proximal, I guess, range for it to deploy, it will automatically deploy, which is a good thing to do early on, because otherwise you would just forget. And now, as you can see, our parachute has deployed, and this is basically simulating us re-entering the atmosphere. It will drastically slow down our speed, all that. And right now, currently in the game, this really doesn't have an effect on any of your equipment. You won't have to worry about any equipment burning off or anything. As you can see, it's already over. I mean, it's really when you're getting through the thickest part of the atmosphere that it starts happening. But I mean, it's basically just, I mean, visuals right now. It doesn't really do any damage to your spaceship. So as you can see, we're pretty much just going to float on down. So I mean, I'll go ahead and cut to the part where we are about to hit the ocean. And I am back, and our parachute should be about to open right around now. And as you can see, the G-force on the right went up next to the globe. And as you can see, our parachute has fully deployed. It looks like we're going to be landing in the ocean. It was predicting us to hit that landmass, I believe you can see in the background right there a couple moments ago. So yeah, so I mean, the only real thing you have to worry about would be the water. Well, no, because water wouldn't knock off the things on the side. As you can see, I'm just going to keep here because I'm going to end up speeding up time. But I mean, yeah. But one tip, if you do play this game, once you get into outer space, especially later on when you get big aircraft, do not speed it up really. I mean, even when you're coming in a small aircraft, because I mean, speed doesn't tend to work too good. As you can see, we're about to hit. Now, as you can see, we have splashed down, so I guess it's built-in flotation, so you pretty much just float there. Then we're going to recover the vessel, and as you can see, it's going to take us back to basically the main page. It's going to have everything that happened. It's got the parts, the crew, and how much money / research points gained. So here, I believe we're going to research something here if we have enough points, and I believe we do. So basically, as you can see, the available parts, which I just went over, shows what you would get out of. So I basically chose that one because it would help me at the nearest range. And eventually, we can get to building space planes and stuff like that. So probably in the next episode, I will be aiming to get into a steady orbit, because that seems